Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Feature Friday. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day. We appreciate you joining us, and if you are not joining us live, we appreciate you taking the time to watch our videos on our YouTube channel as well. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Garrett, and joining me, as always, is the one and only Jackie Kwan.
Hello. As always, it's just the two of us all the time.
It's always just us.
Just the two of us. Sorry. Oh man, did I just do that live? I just did that live. Crap. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Feature Fridays. It is the day before a lovely long weekend here in Canada, and I am saying that because lots of people have forgotten that it is actually a long weekend this weekend.
Every day is the same day.
I actually had to remind everybody. You weren't the first person, Garrett. Just telling you. Everybody's like, it's a long weekend. I'm like, yeah, you have Monday off. I'm like, oh, okay. Today we are talking about a really exciting new feature that we've launched called drop-ins, and we're really excited about this because we've been wanting to build a really robust drop-in system for a very long time, and this feature has literally been in the planning stages for years because there are so many things we wanted to put into this. We didn't want to create sort of a half-assed sort of feature that only did part of the job. We really want to do as much of the job as possible, and it's very timely because part of the features that we really want to put inside drop-in is automatic capacity management is what I'm calling it with Uplifter, which very few other software programs do out there. They don't manage the capacity to the level that we allow clubs to just sort of turn on your drop-in program and put everything on autopilot and let Uplifter do the heavy lifting for you. So without further ado, I'm going to walk through how to set up a drop-in program. So drop-in programs work pretty much the same as your current programs. So if you have some current programs open and for registration, you can certainly turn on drop-in on them. As I'm sure many of you right now are just sort of poised to get ready to open up for summer camp, you're probably starting off with new registrations, which is fine, and it's a great way to actually get started with this. So let me show you how you'll set that up and some of the advantages that you'll have with letting Uplifter do some of the work for you, and some of the features and nuances that you can actually configure with that. So I've logged into my admin site. I have gone down to products and programs. We've added an additional filter at the bottom of our filters here where you can actually just look for all of your drop-in programs. So here I've filtered out to my drop-in programs. You'll notice, as mentioned in our sneak peek of our new program view and program management tools, that we've added some new icons here. So here, if you've actually enabled a program to be drop-in, you'll see this new drop-in icon here and the actual availability that's possible for this drop-in program. You'll also see what your per event price is, and that's sort of the default per event price, and I'll get into that as we edit our drop-in here. So you'll notice here that I've actually got two different numbers here. I'm allowing 15 spots or 5 spots for drop-in and 15 additional available spots for my full program registration. So if you go in and you edit a program, and you can also do this with a new program, but I'm just going to edit this program so you can see what it looks like. When you slide down, you'll see just under the program event times section, you'll see this new checkbox called Enable Drop-ins. So typically when you start, it'll look like that. So if you want to turn your program into a drop-in, just check that off, and you'll be able to set the price of what you want each single event to be as part of this drop-in. So this is a week camp that I've set up. It's $250, so basically $50 a day. But what I want to do is charge a different price if people are just dropping in for one day, because it's going to cost me a little bit more in terms of management. So I'm charging $60 per event. The other additional thing that you can actually do is you can actually override the single event. So let's say you're running a camp, and let's say for some reason maybe Fridays cost a little bit more because you're going to do a field trip on Fridays, or there's pizza day on Fridays, and Fridays is going to be $70 or something. So you can actually create a separate recurrence for just the Friday, make that one be $70. and then the rest of your events will be 60. So this gives you quite a bit of flexibility to update the pricing for each of the events, and might be a number of reasons why you might want to do that. And you can set up your recurrences so that you can actually set up a different price for each of those recurrences. So lots of flexibility there. Now is the part that I'm really excited about, and this is totally, boring math, actuarial kind of stuff, but it was very, very exciting for us. Lots of hair pulling and lots of hours, writing crazy 1,000-line SQL queries, but that's okay. So
it's done now. That's okay.
it's done. It's over. I've put it behind me, and it's all for you guys. So, so down here, you'll see this section here where we call registration and waitlist capacities. And this is where you normally set up the number of maximum spots that you have available for a program. So you can set this up to work several different ways. So let's say this one camp is, you've got 15 spots, and this becomes very important, especially as clubs are opening up and trying to maintain social distancing. You might have very strict capacities because you know that you have X thousand square feet in your gym or on the rink, and you know that given that, to maintain, that 2-meter distance, you need to make sure that you only have 15 people in the gym. So you can set your maximum spots, but then what you can also do is you can further define how many of those spots you want taken up by either full program registrations or by your drop-in. So if you want Uplifter to just sort of do all the work for you, I would just leave that blank. So what you're going to have is you're going to have 15 spots available for this summer camp, and people are going to register. You're going to have a bunch of people registering for your full program and a bunch of people registering for your drop-in. And what Uplifter will do in the background, it will automatically manage how many spots are available based on the number of people who register for full program and the number of people that register for drop-in for each of your events. So let's say you've got 5 people that register for the full program, and you've got one person who registers for Monday and Wednesday, and then another person that registers for Tuesday and Thursday for the drop-in. That's only going to take up the 6 spots in total out of your 15. And Uplifter will just manage that for you in the background. So that way, and this is good given where we're at, because I know that there's probably a lot of parents that might be, whether they're nervous to actually engage their kids in a camp over the summer, or for that matter, their work schedule is just all over the place just because of the social distancing measures that are in place because of their work schedule. So this gives you the flexibility to let people sort of manage. You're probably going to see a lot more drop-in, I would guess, over this summer for the summer camp. But let's say for some reason you've decided, you know what, I want to make sure that we only have 5 spots reserved for drop-in. So you have the ability to use up all 15 spots or reserve that for just 5. Or alternatively, let's say you actually want to make this a full drop-in program only. You can actually set your full program registration to 0 so that all of your spots will be used for drop-in. So it gives you a lot of flexibility. You can also manage those same capacity numbers with your wait list. Probably less important, but if you're interested in actually maybe not having anybody on the drop-in wait list ever, don't give anybody any false hope. You don't want people lining up for a drop-in. You can set that to 0, and lots of different flexibility there. So that is, in a nutshell, how you actually set up the drop-in registration for your program. Very straightforward. Other things that I just want to mention as well is keep in mind, if you have been using Uplifter's multi-redemption ticket feature or the guest attendance to actually manage drop-in using our previous features, those still work. You can still do everything that way. Multi-redemption tickets are a great way to do multi-pass type enrollment. So that is still all available. This is just another add-on on top, and this is something that we built because, and it actually answers a lot of questions and issues that a lot of skating clubs had, because skating clubs would have all of their sessions filled up, but they always had a couple of extra spots at the end, and they wanted to find a way to maximize their revenue and maximize the capacity and utilization of that. So this has been built very much so with that model in mind, and which is perfect for where we're at with COVID and social distancing rules and all the rest. So before you actually go live with your drop-in spots, what I do want to do is just show you a couple of additional configuration elements that you'll want to take a look at before you open up your registration. So first of all, if you go to products and programs, and let's start with subscriptions. So if you go to products and subscriptions, I'm just going to look for, let's see if that's here. Actually, I think it's just 20. No, it's, there we go. Okay, so what I've done is we've got actually a couple of different membership fees that would automatically apply. So with a lot of clubs, you might have a membership fee that applies if they register for the full week, and a different membership that applies to casual members, only people that register for one or 2 days during the summer camp. So you can actually set up these fees separately, and you can actually set up these fees so that they apply in those areas. So here, this is our annual gymnastics membership fee that for the 2020-2021 year. I forgot to relabel the description. And we actually set this up like you normally set up your normal gymnastics fee. If you're with one of our partner organizations, you'll see the gymnastics season appear here in your duration of your subscription. But when you actually go to tag your subscription, you actually have the option to tag it for either full program registrations or only drop-in registrations, or also have it apply to both. So by default, when you enable drop-ins, if you have any tags within your system, all of your subscription and your policy tags will automatically default to all registrations. But if you do have some tags here that you want only to apply for the full program or for the drop-in, just come to these subscriptions that you've set up and just assign them to be either full program or drop-in. So in this case, my full annual membership is applying only to my full registrations for my summer camps. And then alternatively, I won't save this. You'll see that here I have my casual membership fee that will automatically apply only for the drop-in registrations. So and you can use actually then if you actually have other rules about your casual membership fee where after they've only registered for 3 drop-in programs, you want to give them a discount so that that gets reduced and then their full membership fee gets applied, you can actually apply those in your discounts. So under products and programs and discounts, you'll still have all the flexibility that you have with your discounts. I'm just going to show you what one of our standard discounts looks like. This is our sibling discount. When you actually go and create your benefit for your discount, and we do have a lot of other videos that describe how to set up coupons and discounts and all the rest. So feel free to take a look at those if you need a deeper dive on how to set these up. So I'm just going to overview how this is affected by drop-in. When you actually add your qualifying items, you'll now see that you have a couple of additional options. You have the ability to only specify full program registrations or just drop-in registrations. And even when you actually click into specific items, you'll see here, down here, why don't I just, you'll see here that for each of your programs that have both full registration and drop-in only, you'll see that you have the ability to select one or the other specifically as part of your discount. So if you want to do your sibling discount but only on full week registration, well, you just select those. If you want it to only apply to drop-in so that you can actually do a discount for the casual membership fee after they've purchased at least 3 drop-in days, you can just select the drop-in option. So we've given you the ability to automate your discounts completely, either with full registration or drop-in or a combination of both. Just as a side note, by default, what we have done is when you enable drop-in on your site, if you have any discounts that you've already got set up, it will only apply to the full program registration. It's not going to automatically apply to your drop-ins. We just wanted to make sure that those, if you had some sibling discounts, it gives the clubs sort of the opportunity to fix those before they go live with any of those. Additionally, just the same way that we actually had to set up products and subscriptions, if you go to settings and policies, you'll also be able to assign separate policies to either the full program or the drop-ins. So here I have a summer camp policy that I actually want to apply to everybody. So regardless of if it's full program or drop-in, I want them to actually accept this policy. But let's say I have just a single drop-in policy where I just want to tell people, yes, I agree to pay the casual membership fee for my drop-in. And this one applies only to my drop-in registrations. So again, lots of very powerful and robust configuration options that I know no other software out there has sort of the robustness that we've provided in terms of the configuration. And just keep those things in mind before you actually enable that. I would suggest anybody who is sort of converting their existing registrations to drop-in, you might want to turn your programs on to beta before you turn on drop-in, so that you can test your policies and your subscriptions and your policy subscriptions and discounts, and make sure that they're applying the way that you would expect for both those types of programs. So and test that out before you actually go live and re-enable your programs. But you can also do this with any program that is currently open for registration. So now that we've set all of those elements up, I'm actually doing pretty good for time. Am I talking too fast, Garrett? Am I doing okay?
I'm impressed. I mean, you should be an auctioneer. This is amazing.
Are you following? But are you following? Do you know what I'm saying?
You lost me at hello, my name's Jackie. So I don't know.
You're supposed to say I had you at hello.
Oh, right. Yes, so sorry. We'll continue our one-day romance. Yes.
Barry's still in the room. You have to wait till he's gone. So here we have, now that we've put that all together, let's take a look and see what it looks like from the parent side on the checkout side. So here I am logged in as Joy in my demo gymnastics demo gymnastics club site. So under registration, I have my summer camp page. This is my custom registration page that I've set up just for my summer camp. Any program registrations that you've set up for drop-in will now have this tiny little icon beside it that says drop-in available. You'll see the price for the full program, and then when you click on register, you'll see both the option to register for the full program or option to select drop-in, and you just select the days or the events that you would like to register for. If you've specified any price overrides in your recurrences, they'll appear here. So if your Friday was $70, it would appear here like this. And same type of elements. So I'm just gonna select my participant. I'm gonna say I'm only gonna come in on Thursday. I'm gonna click add, view my cart. And here you'll see that I've got my camper fee, which is my casual fee that I'm only charging $11 for. And then I also have a separate casual membership fee that's only applying because they've selected drop-in. If I were to register for a full program, you'd then see the full membership fee here instead. So you'll see how that has applied separately. And you'll also see how my drop-in policy also appears here. The other thing too that you might want to look at is now that we have a lot of flexibility with a drop-in, let's say you want to set up a custom registration page that looks more like a calendar because you want people to drop into a particular day. So I've created a separate custom registration page using our calendar widget. So here, and that was under registration, summer camps, drop-in, I've created my custom calendar here. Again, we have another video that shows us how to use the Uplifter calendar widget and embed that in any page. And not only that, but this calendar you could actually embed into, if you're not using Uplifter for your full website, you could embed this calendar on your main website and have it shunt to Uplifter to manage your registration. But here you can see my summer camp drop-in calendar. These are all the days that I'm offering summer camp. And when I click on this, it will actually show me the camp details and allow me to just drop in for that day. So I can sit here and I can register for the 8th. Yes, I've done that. Oh, these other days are available. You know what, I'm just going to do that for today right now. And then, you know what, I need all the Wednesdays. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to close this and I'm coming back and I'm going to register for the 15th as well. So with the calendar registration, you have quite a bit of flexibility to build, a custom registration process for your members, and even with with all the other tools we have available to us, you're really able to sort of customize that experience. So I think I covered it all.
I think you've done it. I think you've done it. Yeah.
Have I done it? My gosh, have I done it? So as I said, we are very, very excited about the drop-in features that we've enabled. This has been literally years in the making, and we really want to help clubs manage their capacities for COVID, and this will help you adhere to social distancing rules. If there are any sort of consequences of having overcapacity, Uplifter is going to help you manage that by making sure you don't register too many people, and then give you the flexibility so you don't have to be clicking additional buttons to make sure, oh, well, I want to add a person to my drop-in, but I've already maxed that capacity. Uplifter is going to do that for you in the background and give you lots of different ways to customize and configure that. So thank you, everybody, for joining us for Feature Friday and letting me show off drop-in. I'm very excited to show that off.
She's been talking about it all week.
I know. I'm sorry. Now you don't have to listen to me talk about it anymore. Okay.
I wasn't listening anyways.
Yeah, I know. That's fine.
Terrible.
I could tell. You're your eyes were glazing over. I could tell. It's okay. Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We always appreciate you taking the time to listen to us ramble on and make jokes. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free, absolutely anytime, to reach out to support@uplifterinc.com. And thank you, Jackie, for the wonderful presentation. And give us a shout anytime you need.
Have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and we'll see everybody next week.